Here I am loading Atomik server that is running on this computer. It's loading data from a remote computer. All the CPUs are maximum. Every CPU is working, and this is receiving data, openEHR data. And this is loading. Here we are doing a load testing of Atomik locally to be sure that what we deliver will perform on the client correctly. So we are doing a little testing, and to accelerate loading a lot of data in Atomik, we have here another computer. We have one process here that is loading data, and in parallel we have another process that is also loading data. And this is loading patients, EHRs, and 20-something documents, compositions on each EHR. And here we have just 4 CPUs are not working at maximum speed, but because we have the other computer that is the server, and this will be the client just sending information to the server. The server is almost at full capacity. So I will keep these 2 jobs working. Maybe I can try to run another job, but I think this will be making things slower at the server side. But at the client side, everything looks good. Just 4 CPUs here. Maybe if I had a more powerful computer, I could load using more jobs in parallel. Right now we have 2 jobs in parallel running there. So in between both, we have a kind of 250 patients with EHRs loaded. And here we keep CPU at full capacity. RAM is controlled, not at full capacity. We have some spare memory there. That's good. But we can see that CPU-wise, processing-wise, we are at full capacity right now because we are actually receiving the data, indexing the data in the database. And for this instance, we are using Postgres. So we are actually testing performance and doing load testing on Postgres. We did a lot of testing on MySQL, and we realized that Postgres out of the box has better performance for some queries and some functionalities. So we are evaluating if we are going to just do everything in Postgres instead of supporting Postgres and MySQL. And after this is loaded, we will load some queries here, and we will test performance of those queries. We will also test AQL execution. Right now we have AQL execution, so we can translate between AQL and our internal queries. That is a nice thing to have. And we will test it also with the server loaded at full capacity. Our goal is to have about 500,000 patients in a single database and use that to run queries. So we know that that will be around 6 months of data for our client. So we will be sure that if this performs well in my local computer, because this is just a small desktop computer, this will perform well on the server that is dedicated. We have dedicated CPU, dedicated memory, and we have kind of double the memory that we have here in my local machine. And that's just for staging. We have 32 gigabytes of RAM for staging and QA. And here I have 16 gigabytes of RAM, and this is actually shared between a lot of processes that I have running on my computer, a lot of UI going on, so that takes a lot of RAM too. In the server, we don't have UI, we just have um, text terminals, so that's nice. And we have a few processes running, so everything goes to the database and to the application server. So I will wait until this is done, and hopefully I can do some tests with you too. Here I will show you my results.